Welcome back to the channel, my kings and queens. On the latest developments from the world of politics, Vice President JD Vance opens up about a tense and heated discussion that took place in the Oval Office between him, President Donald Trump, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The meeting, discussed exclusively on Hannity, is now sparking a new wave of political conversation. Let's dive deep into what went down and what this means for U.S. Ukraine relations. Sources reveal that President Trump confronted Zelenskyy over Ukraine's handling of U.S. military aid, questioning whether Kyiv has been truly grateful for American support and whether Zelenskyy is doing enough to pursue peace with Russia. The discussion, which started with talks about a minerals deal, quickly escalated into a fiery exchange ending without a clear resolution.
With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very
Vice President JD Vance, a key figure in American politics, didn't hold back as he opened up about the private exchange between Trump and Zelenskyy. The meeting, which took place amidst ongoing debates over U.S. involvement in Ukraine, was described as fiery, with both leaders engaging in a candid, no-holds-barred conversation. According to Vance, the tension in the room was palpable. With the future of Ukraine's conflict at the forefront, Trump's approach to the meeting was direct and strategic. Meanwhile, Zelenskyy, under immense pressure back home, made a compelling case for continued U.S. support. But what exactly was discussed? And what does it mean for the ongoing political landscape? In this revealing interview, Vance breaks down the complexities of the conversation, touching on key issues such as military aid, diplomatic negotiations, and the broader geopolitical consequences.
Mr. Vice President, thank you for being with us.
Good to see you, man.
Appreciate it.
Great to be here.
Let's go back to the Oval Office Friday.
Yep.
From your perspective.
Yeah, great TV, as the president said. Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. So we have a 45-minute press conference, and the president normally does this. I mean, I've seen this now 3 or 4 times with foreign leaders where he likes to bring the media in, likes to have a conversation, but answer questions with the press. As you know, he's very open with reporters. And what I noticed is that for the first 25, 30 or so minutes, he tried to sort of bend over backwards to be gracious and kind to Zelenskyy, even when Zelenskyy was kind of needling him, even when Zelenskyy was saying things that I thought were untrue. The president just tried to be diplomatic, right? I think that's his natural instinct in that situation. And then when it really went off the rails, of course, is when I asked, or you had a Polish journalist who asked a question, the president answered it, and then I answered it, and then something about my answer just really set Zelenskyy off. So then he came at me.
So you're blaming yourself.
then I went back at him, right. And what I tried to do originally was actually try to diffuse the situation a little bit, because I'm like, you know, we're having this meeting. Obviously, there are 100 television cameras here. Let's try to have this conversation in private. And then the president, as we kept on going back and forth, I tried again to say, well, maybe we should have this conversation in private. And the president was like, nope, actually, I don't want to have it in private anymore. I want to have this actual conversation in public for the American people to see. And I do think that there was just a certain sense of, there was a lack of respect. There was a certain sense of entitlement. And most importantly, look, we can look past all of that stuff, but the president has set a very clear goal for his administration. He wants the killing to stop. And I think that it's very important that President Zelenskyy and, of course, President Putin, too, they've both got to come to the negotiating table, and that's ultimately where things broke apart. I really don't care what President Zelenskyy says about me or anybody else, but he showed a clear unwillingness to engage in the peace process that President Trump has said is the policy of the American people and of their president. That's the real breakdown, is I think Zelenskyy wasn't yet there, and I think, frankly, now still isn't there, but I think he'll get there eventually. He has to.
My understanding is he tried to get back in, or tried to stay a number of times, and then made numerous calls to come back. Is that true?
I don't know about numerous calls, but they certainly made at least one request to come back in and continue the conversation. The president was like, look, first of all,
What does this mean for the U.S. and NATO? Zelenskyy has made it clear that Ukraine's freedom is non-negotiable, even offering to step down as president if it guarantees NATO membership. But will Trump's America First stance affect Ukraine's chances of securing long-term support? Is President Trump right to press Zelenskyy on gratitude and peace talks? Or is this a sign of rocky times ahead for U.S.-Ukraine relations? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Zelensky's NATO gamble will pay off, or will Trump's foreign policy shift Ukraine's fate? Let's discuss. Like, share, and subscribe for more breaking news reactions. See you in the next video. Peace and love.